Hi guys! So, the story behind this tutorial is that for the past few months, I've had this consistent follower of my blog. She frequently asks on my AskFM account if I could make a tutorial for her because she is cabin crew for Philippine Airlines, I think. For those of you who don't know, my mom actually works at Philippine Airlines, so I was able to ask her like what makeup would be appropriate. And I figured that this makeup wouldn't just be appropriate for people who are part of the cabin crew, but also for anyone who is working and needs a go-to, kind of sophisticated, still very conservative, a classic, clean, simply just polished and easy to do makeup look. I didn't use like a ton of shadows. I didn't like do any complicated blending. It's just very simple. It's a no-brainer makeup look, and I believe it looks good on everyone. So if you want to know how to achieve this look, then please keep on watching. The thing is, like, being on airplanes super dehydrates your skin. I'm not really sure what the science behind it is, but all I know is skin gets really dehydrated when you're in the air. So I think it's really important that even if your skin type is oily, that you still apply moisturizer before you do your makeup. My favorite daytime moisturizer is the NUXE Paris Creme de Prodigieuse. It's so hard to pronounce that. But okay, yeah. I think it's Creme Prodigieuse. Thank God I don't have viewers from France. I think. Okay. Once you have that initial layer of moisturizer on, it would be a good time to use your base products. And I recommend that you use something with the satin or matte finish because you would want your makeup to last all day. So one of my favorite affordable satin finish foundations is the Maybelline Dream Satin Skin. And I'm just going to be using a damp beauty blender to apply this. So once your foundation is on, you want to go on with concealing. And I think concealer is really important, especially if you are working. Because, well, who wouldn't want to look well rested? Use a shade that's a bit lighter than your skin tone just for that added lift. And just so that you look like you actually get sleep. So my favorite concealers will always be NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer or the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I think I'll be using the Maybelline today because it's lighter. So I'm going to apply this with a fluffy concealer brush. And I'm just going to drag that down all the way up to the side of my nose to get rid of any redness. And that will really give the center of your face a nice lift. Then whatever is left over on the brush, I'm just going to highlight the center of my forehead a bit. And here below my lip where it gets a little dark, and my chin. Then again, I'm going to take my beauty blender and just blend everything. Since I think baking will be a bit too much for everyday makeup, what you can do is like semi-bake, which is what I like to do. And for that, I'm going to be using a matte pressed powder. This is one of my current favorites. It's the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte. And I chose this and not a translucent setting powder because I'm aiming for that flawless skin. And to do so, then I want to use products that add a bit more coverage. So what you want to do is just take the clean side of your beauty blender and just get some of the powder on and just dab it to set everything. So I'll do that to the center of my face. Then if you don't need the extra coverage everywhere else, what you can do is just take a fluffy powder brush and just lightly powder the rest of your face. So we're done with the base. Let's move on to the eyebrows. And they have now created eyebrow primers at Benefit. It really has made such a difference in my brow routine. So it's called the BROWVO Conditioning Primer from Benefit. Let me zoom you guys in. So as you can see, what I like about it is that it kind of separates your brows and makes them look thicker than they actually are. And what's nice is that you can kind of see all the individual hairs. So you get an idea of where you should really just be filling in. To fill my brows, I'm going to be using K Palette's Lasting Two-Way Eyebrow Liquid. Then the beginning part of my brow is where it gets tricky. I draw vertical strands of hair here just because I like the way it looks more. So there, that's your brows done. And now we can move on to the very simple eyeshadow look. So yeah, I just want to be using like 2 or 3 shades at the most. And what would be great is if you have like a palette that is kind of universally flattering. So for example, this one I created from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is from Max Factor. They sent it over. And I really love it because it's a nice mix of shimmery and you have one matte there for like defining or even eyeliner. So I think I'll be using both of these today. Oh, and oh yeah, sorry. Don't forget to prime your eyelids because it's gonna be crucial in making sure your makeup lasts. MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, just going on the whole eyelid. Back to this shimmery brown shade. It's very pretty. I'm just gonna put a wash of that from my lash line up to my lid. And what I'm going to be doing differently with this eye look is that I'm going to keep everything very round and I'm not going to be like winging it out softly like I normally do. So yeah, I'm just going to go back and forth using the bone here in the eye socket as the guide. With a very fluffy blending brush, I just want it to look very seamless. And again, keep the round shape. Then to add a bit more definition, I'm just going to take a matte brown. This is Hot Chocolate by Anastasia Beverly Hills. On a blending brush. And I'm just going to deepen my crease area. Again, I'm not winging out here. I'm just keeping it very round. What this does is it just keeps your eye looking big and bright and round. Nothing very like feline or elongated. Then I'm going to take that shade and just drag it lightly on the lash line. And once I'm done applying that color, I'm just going to take another clean blending brush and just blend it all out. And the higher I get to my brows, the lighter the pressure on the brush. And to finish off the eyes, we're just going to take the same shimmery brown and a very small, precise brush and just blend that out in the lower lash line. So to keep your eyes looking bright and wide, don't go all the way to the inner corner. Just go like 3/4 of the way. And make sure to connect this part so there aren't any gaps in your eyeshadow. And lastly, we are going to brighten up the eyes even more with this, I hate it, oh my god, with this champagne gold shade. Just a bit of that and apply that in the inner corner. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. Just blend it up there. And you can even apply that up to here where you didn't apply the brown shadow in your lower lash line. Just blend it up. Then for eyeliner, your best bet of eyeliner that won't move would be a gel. I like to use the one from Inglot because it really doesn't move. It's actually kind of hard to remove, but you know, it's worth it if your eyeliner won't move all day. And I'm just gonna line my upper lash line. So to keep the look very simple and just very classic and polished again, I'm not gonna like do a wing or anything dramatic. It's just gonna be a normal line. But a trick I will teach you just for a more round appearance would be to make your eyeliner the thickest here in the center part of your eye. So I always start by tight lining just so that you can see how thick your line will be. Once I've tight lined, then I go above the lashes and start lining my eyes. So now I'm just gonna make it higher here in the center and then go back and make it thin here by the end. And you can see that that made my eye look a lot more round and the weight. Then whatever is left on your brush, just wiggle it in between your lashes so that everything is really black. So eyeliner done, and the last step for the eyes would be to apply mascara. So funny story, I asked my mom. It's like, Mom, are flight attendants allowed to wear falsies? Because like if I were an FA, I totally would wear falsies. And she looks at me and goes like, ano ka bazar, mamaya that falls in their food pa. Then I was like, oh right, I didn't think of that. So yeah, sadly you are not allowed to wear falsies when you're up in the air. And I figured, yeah, that makes so much sense. What I recommend is one of these mascaras that offer a primer so that you can really build your lash without going through the trouble of applying falsies. The one that I am using, this was sent to me by Loreal, and I tried it and I was obsessed. I got so many compliments on my eyelashes. It's called the False Lash Superstar. Very appropriate name. It's so good. Try it, guys. You won't be disappointed. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes and apply. So you start with the side that's labeled 1, obviously. That's the primer. And you can see it's just really building the fibers on the lashes. And then I go in with the side labeled 2, and this is the actual mascara. Look at the difference. It's so crazy. Then this is completely optional at this point, but I really like the look of long lower lashes, so I'm just going to apply the primer and mascara on my lower lashes as well. I just like how awake it makes your eyes look. So now we're just going to quickly finish off the rest of the face. For contour, I'm gonna be using Benefit's Hoola with the NARS Ita Kabuki brush. You guys have seen me contour like a million times, so you know the drill. With the same bronzer and just a flat eyeshadow brush, I'm gonna contour the bridge of my nose. Just to keep things very, you know, classic and still conservative. Instead of doing our normal highlight that you can see from the moon, just opt for like a pale yellowish powder that is matte, and just put it where you would normally highlight. And it's just a nice, more natural way of bringing light into your face. Lastly, for the lips, what is ideal is a red lip, and that is what was also part of the request of my reader. She said that they are required to wear red lips. So my recommendation for a long-lasting and comfortable lip would be the new Sleek Matte Me Ultra Smooth Matte Lip Creams. This one is really one of the most comfortable liquid lipsticks I've ever worn. You guys know how much I eat, and it still stays on. Like, it's really good. I super recommend it. It will last you long. You don't need to worry about like all the retouching of your lipstick. It's so great. Oh my god, my hand is full of eyeliner. Let me wipe this off first. Okay, and then you just finish off your hair with, you know, whatever you want, whatever is appropriate for your job. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. To my reader who requested this for so long, I'm sorry it took so long, but here it is. And I'm so happy I was able to like share everything I know and be able to make your life even just a little bit easier, even if it's just through makeup. See you guys in my next video.